Shout out to everybody. Your boy is back. I do want to say this though. No drama today, guys. No drama. Shout out to YOUTHMAN, right? I want to give a special shout out to him. And this is why, right? In this home theater journey that we all are on, like some of us are in it for different reasons, right? Some of us just want great speakers. We're constantly looking to see what's the best, right? Speakers and all of that. Some of us, we just like the movies. Some people don't care too much about the theater, you know what I mean? Like all of that. They just want to hear different perspectives on things. Some people, you know what I mean? They like the seating. They like, it's multiple different things that people like, right? Some people like the whole experience. You know what I mean? Some people just, they love the Dolby Atmos. Some people like 5.1, which is very interesting. You know what I mean? Just, a lot of different things, right? Some of us love subwoofers. Me, myself, subwoofer fan, right? And I go to different movie theater like conventions. I went to CD, I went to different things. And, I've talked to YOUTHMAN multiple times, like through like social media. Like he will get back to you. He's got a big channel. He's super busy. He's got a lot of reviews to do, but he will get back to you. He's trying to quarterback and we're trying to figure out how I could get into CD and all of that. Shout out to him. He didn't have to, give me, different information, and all of that. And then this is kind of a little bit before I started really like blogging and talking about home theater, technology and all of that. Shout out to him, right? YOUTHMAN did a video that is kind of making me think here, right? He did a video to where he goes to Texas, right? It's him, it's a couple of people, and I guess it's like maybe a YouTube subscriber, maybe just a friend or somebody he knows, right? He goes to Texas and he's listening to his home theater, and the guy has a theory system, right? Theory speakers, and I've heard theory speakers down in Nashville, Tennessee. And at Hi-Fi Buys, I think it's a store. And this is not a plug or anything like that. I get a big discounts there. You know what I mean? for doing this. Like, that's not what it, go wherever you want to go to get theory, whatever. But he's listening to the theory system and he gives the guy his feedback. And, the guy doesn't get all positive feedback because there's a few people there. Somebody says, something like, oh, well, maybe the screen looks like it's jittering and a little bit. And, YOUTHMAN gives the guy some constructive criticism. He says, hey, like the projector that you have, maybe you want to get like an encapsulating box, to where it's not so loud and distracting. Cause I guess when the movies are playing, they can't really hear it. But I guess when they were sitting down and recording the video for YouTube, they can hear it, you know what I mean? Or he could hear it. And he, kind of pointed it out to the guy and said, oh, and the guy was like, oh, it's like 30, I measured it as 30 dBs of like, volume or whatever coming out of the projector. I guess SPL because it's loud. Shout out to him. But what I took away from that, right, that video is this whole home theater thing of ours, it's, we all get a little emotional, right? You know what I mean? You talk crazy about R700s, your boy might do a video, right? You know what I mean? Or if you're talking too great about speakers, I feel like not that great, I might say something. But, or you're talking about a movie that's got a lot of bass in it, it don't have no bass, like all of that, it might prompt me to make a video or something, gang. But I will say this, right? The video that YOUTHMAN put out kind of brings things back into perspective. It's like, this is not all about who's got the best system, who's got the best processor, who's got the best receiver. You know what I mean? Who's got the most speakers, who's got the best subwoofers. You know what I mean? It's not nothing like that. This is about community. You know what I mean? And your boy has made a couple enemies here. I have it. It is what it is. But this is more about community. You know what I mean? Sharing our experience. Maybe you did like something like me, like I got a new center channel. The center channel I felt like wasn't that great. Told you, shared like my little tweaks that I did to make the center channel come alive. You know what I mean? And you got people like K Pace, that does videos, and you know what I'm saying, different people. I think he's moving into a different realm now, but you got people that, you know, at home theater do different videos, give tips and tricks, and Matt Pose and all these people. You know, it's really about community. I really liked that video that Youthman did. I really liked it. You know what I mean? Like, because then I got a chance to see somebody else's theater. You know what I mean? Their passion. And the guy was like a younger guy, right? Like younger than me. I'm kind of getting up there. But he looks like he's like young. You know, I'm like 42 here. Yeah, in about 2 weeks, I'll be like 42. So the guy's like a young guy, right? And to see his theater at that age and what he was able to do with the theory system, how he had everything like kind of proportion, you know what I mean? The speakers where they're supposed to be and all of that. And the big screen, I think he had like some insane size screen. The screen was like massive, you know what I mean? But he, to be able to see that passion is what we all, I feel like, are here for. This is why we listen to different podcasts. Some podcasts may be a little boring. No diss. No diss. Some of them may be a little boring. Some of them are, you know, exciting. You know, like talking about home theaters, movies, you know, what 4K UHD you may have, you know, copped. You know what I mean? Kaleidoscape, you know, what's your thoughts on it? All of that. Like we all like are contributing in some way to the home theater experience. And I really like this video, gang. You know what I mean? He's even, Youthman has even went as far as to invite me to go out to his house and listen to his theater. He doesn't have to do that. Cause your boy, I kind of want to hear these JTR subs. It's what it is. When I make time, if he's still gonna be cool with that, because your boy's been making enemies. I don't know if you want to be talking to me. But you know, I'm thinking about the JTR speakers. I keep hearing about them. You know, I'm thinking about maybe some RS2s, maybe, you know what I mean? Really some, you know what I mean? The small, the 18-inch. You know what I mean? The subwoofers, seal subwoofers. I'm thinking about those, really. You know what I'm saying? Maybe RS2s or something like that. But I've never heard them. Other than, like, I've heard Jeff from JTR. He had, like, I think they had the Kalos or something. He had those, you know what I mean? But I haven't heard, like, the RS2 or, you know, the RS1s. I haven't heard those. You know what I mean? So, you know, maybe it would be cool. And I think Youthman even said something along the lines like he's got the RS1s at his house. To be able to open his house up to somebody to just be able to go there and listen to a speaker, you know what I mean, or a subwoofer, that's community. You know what I mean? So shout out to you, Youthman. You kind of brought it back to the roots of all of this. And it wasn't a big thing like he's gonna get a whole bunch of views. He can get views talking about, you know, like 10, 20,000 views talking about a speaker. You know what I mean? A review on a speaker, but he took time to fly out to go to this guy's house to listen to his home theater. You know what I mean? And I think that was a great thing. And, you know, like I said, you know, it's cool. But when we listen to our systems, we get passion, right? We tweaked our systems. We calibrated our systems. We picked out the speakers. We picked out the processor. We picked out the TV or projector or the seating. And we've done that. So we've got an emotional connection to all of that. So when somebody comes to your house and they give their opinion on everything, that's a person like that is at a vulnerable state, because somebody can say anything. I ain't like this, I ain't like that, and really burn a person's soul. You know what I mean? They didn't do anything like that. You know what I mean? But to have different people, because the problem with home theater, and this is me being real, right? We all love movies. You know, me personally, I got a kaleidoscope. I got all kind of stuff, right? It's in today's day and age, in 2026 especially, it's hard to get people off of these, right? You might call like a couple of friends, like, hey, you want to come over? And it's like everybody's attention span is not where it used to be 10, 20 years ago. You see what I'm saying? Or people, or even if you invite people over, you just want to run some demos, they're doing this, right? They might be like, oh, that sounds crazy. And then they back on TikTok, they scrolling. Scroll culture, you know what I mean? So you know, it's hard to get people who are actually interested in home theater to come together and, you know, to be a part of everybody's experience. So I like that. And I hope he does more videos like that. And, you know, I did a video on him. Can we trust him? Shout out to Youthman. Of course we can. Of course we can trust Youthman. But I like that, man. And I hope you continue to do videos like that. You know, it's other stuff I want to do on here, on this channel, other things I want to cover, different topics. You know what I mean? Who knows? I might go into politics. You know what I mean? But with home theater, it's a lot of different things I want to talk about, you know, and, you know, to see that video was inspiring to me. You know what I mean? It makes me want to like just travel around and go to different people's theaters. But then you get to see, hey, I'm not the only crazy one out here. Everybody else is spending money on theaters. You know what I mean? Big speakers, center channels. You know what I'm saying? Atmos speakers. You know, and I could show my girl, look, I'm not the only crazy one. We're all a little crazy here. But shout out to everybody. Shout out to Youthman. Shout out to Youthman. I want to shout you out, man. Very, very humbling watch for me. You know what I mean? And I think that was really good. I like the setup. I like how you did it. You know what I mean? And I will, you know, recommend, you know, if y'all can't, I mean, he's Youthman. I mean, you're going to go to his channel anyway. Go to his channel, watch the video. Watch the video, and I hope he does more like this to come. But shout out to everybody. I'm out. Come already, subscribe. Let me know what y'all. We should all have a little community here. You know what I mean? But if you lie about a product, any of you reviewers out there, your boy might say something. But you know what I mean? But you know, I really like this video. Shout out to Youthman. I'm out, y'all. Come already, subscribe. Let me know what y'all think about that. Also, hype the video if you can. Can your boy get a few hype points? Hype the video if you can. I'm out, y'all. Peace.